Michael Patrick Shields is on the air.
Good morning, world.
Good morning, Michigan. A very, let's say, wonderful Wednesday to you. Amanda Wall's favorite word. It's Michael Patrick Shields, heard all across the state of Michigan. Gary Austin is the anchorman here. Gary Austin, what's shaking in the AmericanMetalRoofs.com studio? You all set?
Boy, I'm ready to go for this Wednesday. I kind of like Wonderful Friday better than
Oh,
Wonderful.
no. Friday's got to be fabulous.
Oh, I see.
It's the alliteration we're looking for.
I get it now.
Yeah,
That kinda
terrific
went over my-
Tuesday
all right, yeah,
and
terrific
thrilling
Tuesday.
Thursday.
What's Monday?
Marvelous.
Okay. And what's Thursday?
Thrilling.
How about Saturday?
Saturday, nothing's going on
How
Saturday
about
because we're not here.
Stupendous Saturday?
I don't care because I'm not here.
And Super Sunday?
Super
All right.
Sunday works. Hey,
Yeah.
if I could toast you,
Yes.
I would toast you this morning.
You would?
Yeah, because Queen Elizabeth II yesterday raised a glass and toasted the United States and the Obamas. And here's what: see, the British love making toasts. If you ever at a British dinner party, they toast. Everybody takes time to give a toast before the whole night's over.
They toast everything.
And you usually very elaborate. So here is the Queen toasting the Obamas.
The vitality of the special relationship between our peoples, and, in the words of Shakespeare, to this blessed plot, this earth, this realm, this England.
Queen Elizabeth must have got some cobblers because her voice got a lot lower. That obviously is President Barack Obama, who raised a glass and toasted Queen Elizabeth. But earlier in the evening, Her Majesty raised a glass and toasted the United States and the Obamas.
Your visit to this country inevitably reminds us of our shared history, our common language, and our strong intellectual and cultural links.
Cut 2, Queen Elizabeth raises a glass and toasts the United States and the Obamas. We'll try take 3 here. Cut 2.
To the continued health, happiness, and prosperity of the people of the United States of America, and especially to the health of President and Mrs. Obama.
Cheers, Your Majesty. Enjoy the gin and tonic or whatever it is that you're having. She likes gin and tonic, I'm told. Surprise in the Kayleigh Anthony trial, the lady who's accused of killing her 2-year-old daughter.
That's really something, trying to link this now. It's interesting how the defense is trying to twist this now and trying to link
maybe they're
her
twisting it.
dad. Well, I mean, it kind of taken it is.
What they're saying is the child drowned in the pool.
Yeah.
And that they were embarrassed. They didn't know what to do. They tried to cover it up. And he said that's not the part that's on trial. We're not judging their terrible judgment. We're trying to find out what happened to Casey.
Now, somehow her dad, Casey's dad, is being linked. That's what the defense is trying to do.
That he helped cover it up, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm not I don't know if that's he says this is not a murder case. It's not a manslaughter case. It's a tragic accident that happened to some very disturbed people. It snowballed out of control is what the defense attorney said.
This has been going on.
Never heard that theory before, did you?
I haven't, but you got to figure, though, the defense is going to try to, the defense
Maybe it's
is
the
the
truth,
defense.
though. We don't know.
We don't know. I know, but
He claims it's the truth.
Yep, it's an interesting. This has been going on for years. I mean, this kid. Remember, this goes back 3 years now. This whole case. So, I mean, finally, the case and the trial's underway, but a lot at stake here because if young Casey Anthony is found guilty, she could get the death penalty for this.
Yeah, but if the science bears out that the child could have drowned in the pool and they simply covered it up, she's going to walk.
Yeah.
It's a murder trial.
Yeah.
Why didn't they say that a long time ago, though?
Well, it depends, though, on what her how she's linked to the cover-up, right? I mean,
no. Well, this is simply a murder trial. It's not a who covered it up trial.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it could. I mean, the whole thing could end up being
reasonable
tossed out.
doubt
It's
is what
possible.
they're looking for.
That's it. You're
I think
right.
they took a big step toward that.
Ooh,
don't
that's
you?
a good point. Yep. That slightest. That's what's really tough here for the prosecutors. I mean, this whole reasonable doubt situation. Yeah. I mean, the slightest bit of reasonable doubt in these jurors, these
Brian
12
Morley
people.
would be good for this if you could reach out to him. I think the question is why did they wait till now to say what really happened? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't they say that when they realized she was going to spend all these months in jail and have to go to trial? Why didn't they just say what happened?
Well, the prosecution was intent on sending this to trial, and really, you got to figure. I'm guessing here the defense probably didn't want to say anything ahead of time so as not to tip the prosecutors. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
That
she
happens a lot.
spent all those months in jail.
Oh, I know. Long time.
Strange.
Years.
Here's a thing that surprises me a little bit, and we're going to have to get Dr. Christine Teneglia, my wife, on the phone as soon as possible about this, okay? They did some research, and researchers are saying brooding men score higher marks among women than those who flash a smile.
Brooding men.
Brooding
You know what
men.
I have a theory. It's the whole woman thing to try to fix the guy. Try to fix what's wrong. And they figure if he's brooding, that whole motherly instinct comes out and says, you know what, I'm going to go to his aid because I can fix him. And all of a sudden, there's that attraction. That's my theory.
Men whose photos suggested they'd done wrong and they knew it came out on top. But the photos of smiling women we like women that smile.
Oh, for guys.
Yeah.
Guys like,
but
okay,
women, they like, I don't know, a little roguishness, a little brooding, that's what the study says.
Rough around the edges. I don't know. That's what I've always heard.
You know who I would consider as a brooder? Thaddeus McCotter, the Michigan congressman.
I mean,
he is a brooder.
Well, he's got a lot to contemplate here because he's thinking about running for president.
He is. Maybe people don't know him in the parts of the state that we're on the air, but he's from
Livonia.
Here's a little short clip of him talking about global warming, and this will give you an idea for what his sort of tempo is like.
Remember, the people who talk about the melting of the glaciers and others, imagine if you were in a peninsula around 1000 BC or so or earlier, and your name was Tor, and you were out hunting mastodon, and you didn't notice that the glaciers were melting and leaving the devastating flooding in its wake that became the Great Lakes in the state of Michigan. So I think that what we have to do is go back in history and look at this and realize that the Earth has been here a long time. To take selective periods of time and say that somehow this proves that there's a man-made global warming occurring is absolutely wrong. We have to look at the different periods in history, we have to look at the different effects, and then we have to have a direct empirical data to correlate between man's activity and the effect on the planet. And that is yet to be proven, and I highly doubt that it's going to be anytime soon.
So he's a Republican congressman from Michigan, and he is from the sort of the Redford area over there. And he says that, he thinks that, there isn't a candidate that Republicans are really excited about, so he might as well go in there and do it. And it's quite funny because one of the websites said that McCotter would be, quote, an underdog against the underwhelming.
Yeah, he's at one time was considering running for the job U.S. Senator Stabenow now has in mid-Michigan, but he's apparently changed his mind, and whether or not he pursues the country's top job, we'll see. This update is service of American Metal Roofs. Check out the website, AmericanMetalRoofs.com, with these roofs. And boy, I tell you, there's a wide selection of these roofs, all different colors and shapes and textures. You name it, you can see them all. AmericanMetalRoofs.com.
Pretty glamorous stuff. Saul Anusis says that he thinks McCotter would make the debate much more interesting, of course. And maybe he will announce at the Mackinac Policy Conference, is what we're told. He might go official on Mackinac Island.
Yeah.
We'll be broadcasting live there
And we could have
next week.
Could have a mission.